Hey horror fans, welcome back to Room 237, and kind of doing something different. This is going to be the first of probably a series of videos that I'm going to be doing, because I've been doing recent films for quite a while now, especially Netflix and Hulu, lots of Blumhouse, still have a couple more to get to, but I needed a little bit of a break. I needed to find something else I just had to find something else to do for a while. So I decided to go back to my comfort zone, go back to my happy place where, my favorite era. So we are going way back. We are going back to 1942, 1942 with Bela Lugosi in Bowery at Midnight, which I had not seen this film yet. And it's free on YouTube if you want to see it, just like a lot of films of that time are. But I got it as part of the Bela Lugosi Scared to Death collection, which I talked about this in my Christmas haul video. These sets usually go online for over $100. They're crazy expensive. I've seen an Ernest one, which has a lot of his TV stuff. I've seen a Vincent Price one, but I already have all the films that are on that, or at least most of them. I found this for $20, so that was a steal. I got this with my Christmas gift cards. And the best part about this is the presentation. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, it looks like that because I have this part out. It comes out the side here, and I mean, it's very thick cardboard. Excellent presentation. Comes with 20 films. Can't beat that. And so we're doing Bowery at Midnight. A lot of what's on because this is volume 2. Volume 1 has a lot of his mystery and suspense films. This is more of his horror, sci-fi, even horror comedy films. So, and it even has his own, I'm not going to go too in-depth with this because I might just do a video of this whole collection, going in-depth with it. Excuse me, but this part of the collection has Bowery at Midnight. And if you can find this for cheap, I would recommend it because it looks great sitting on a shelf like this. That's how I have it. I would love a Karloff one because I bet that just looks absolutely amazing. I love how it looks. So Bowery at Midnight. It's a horror film directed by Wallace Fox, who I believe he had also directed The Corpse Vanishes, which is another Lugosi film of this collection, and I had reviewed that, and there's a nod to it in this film. And it stars Bela Lugosi and John Archer, who I believe John Archer is the one, because there's some actors that have worked with him before. I should have done all this before. Oh, he was in King of the Zombies. So a lot of westerns. But there's this other guy named Lou Kelly who is in this, and I haven't seen anything else that he is in. But the thing about this is, I would have to double check, but I think this was around the time Bela Lugosi had gotten sick. He had gotten hurt and addicted to morphine. And I mean, he was aging rapidly. And I mean, watching him in this film, this is only 11 years after Dracula. And 16 years before he, 16, 17 years before he died. But it was kind of like watching Karloff in Black Sabbath. Like, just the age already. And this guy, Lou Kelly, looks like Karloff, but even older. He looks like Karloff in, like, Curse the Crimson Altar. But this has a very interesting story. Also, I believe this was, because it was put out through Monogram Pictures, who, when this was made, they decided to do 2 more. When The Corpse Vanishes was made, they decided to do 2 more films with Lugosi. And those 2 films would go on to be Bowery at Midnight, and the next one would be The Ape, which is, or The Ape Man. The Ape is a Karloff film that I did review. The Ape Man, which I will review next. I like the story to this. Lugosi works at this Bowery, which is like this section that's downtown. He runs it. It's a soup kitchen. He's also a very well-respected psychology professor. But at night, he's this mob boss, essentially, who gets all these new recruits to pull off these heists. And he kills them at the end of the heists, and then he's able to, like, stage their deaths. At least he does. He does at least once. They throw a guy off a building and look like he committed suicide. Another guy they shot and they left in the jeweler's vault. And this other guy decides to. He finds a way to reanimate the corpses. He keeps them all down in this, like, trapdoor cellar. Well, yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. So, and of course, it's great. Lugosi is putting his all into it. Oh, and that really is the story. You have cops looking into it, which, whoever it was, who was it? One guy was in The Corpse Vanishes. I didn't want to go back that far. Alright. Bowery at Midnight. Yeah, technically, John Archer is our lead, I guess. He's the officer looking into this case of robberies and deaths. He appears to be killed and then reanimated, and then by the end of the film, he seems fine, and he's talking about marrying his girlfriend. It does set up some things that, you know, you can tell how it's going to end. Like, this one higher up officer is talking about, well, can't wait to retire. Of course, he gets shot. But it's great seeing Lugosi, because no matter what his health was, no matter how small his part was, and this isn't a small part, but I've seen him in much smaller parts, he gives it his all. And of course, just with that accent and just that smile, he's very... There are times where he can smile like Dracula, and it can be very sinister. And there's times like in this where he can smile and he just looks like anybody's old grandpa. Which in a role like this, that is kind of creepy. Where it's black and white, a lot of shot. You know, I love the shot of the trapdoor with the cellar, because it's not like a straight on angle. It's like if this was the door, it would be kind of like cocked like this, and you kind of see down through it. Like it would be sort of like that, I guess. And you see the reanimated men down below, and of course they're all pale and zombie-like for the time. They're not Romero zombies, but it reminded me like of the ending of Carnival of Souls. Like that's what it would have looked like probably in the 40s. And of course, like, spoilers for a film from 1942. The doctor leads Lugosi to that cellar where he falls in and he's attacked. Because these zombies are sort of conscious. They have a consciousness. And the doctor that does it is, he's a henchman of Lugosi's, and he's a alcoholic and a drug addict. And you get the idea he doesn't really like Lugosi very much. It's why he leads him to that trap. There's this one fun part where these two officers are walking down the street, and you see a poster in a theater for The Corpse Vanishes. So that was a nice little plug. I mean, there's not too much to say about it. I mean, it's only an hour long. Like, it's literally like 60 minutes long. 61 minutes. It's, I guess some cuts are 63. I think the one on here, I believe, is 63. But, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. This will be a shorter review. But, I mean, it's fun. It feels like a 40s film. The music is very 40s. You know, Lugosi is great fun. He just, with his line delivery, and he always brings that, you know, Dracula sort of panache that he always brings to his roles. The just level of commitment. He's always fun to watch. He's another one of those Karloff, Price, or, you know, like Cushing or Lee. No matter what he's doing, he always brings his A game. Even when his health was declining, he always brought his A game, and that's what makes him so great to watch. I'm so glad I haven't seen most of these films on here. I reviewed a handful of Lugosi's films, but I'm so glad I have this so I could do like a marathon. I'm glad they're short. I'm still going to do newer films. I still plan on doing, you know, Apostle and Saint Agatha. There are some other ones I plan on getting to. But yeah, there's really not much to say about this film. I mean, I enjoyed it. I could say I liked this more than The Corpse Vanishes, which I didn't mind that film. But yeah, so that is Bowery at Midnight. But don't forget about the Q&A video, the thumbnail of me doing the 5, because it's 500 subs. Again, thank you for 500 subs. Leave your questions on that video. Also, feel free to check out my Patreon, see if you want to be a patron. If you do want to be a patron, I can't thank you enough. That's totally awesome of you. If not, that's fine too. So yeah, lots of new stuff going on now that I have to plug in every video. Also, go ahead and join the Facebook group if you haven't already. Yeah, we're getting a lot of stuff going for this, but definitely Q&A video, and check out the Patreon, and go to the Facebook group. But that is 1942's Bowery at Midnight. Thank you for watching.